Hey, so we are trying to figure out all of these issues with Facebook kicking us out of everything. I know it's frustrating a lot of you as team leaders and market center tech trainers and regional tech trainers and our leadership around the Keller Williams Nation. Can I say that? Keller Williams Nation, like we talk about college football teams, Gator Nation. Go Gators.
Go Gators. We are live at the moment, but I can't see our... Oh, there we are. We are live in the Facebook group.
Yes, Peter got it. Thank you, sir. That is awesome. So if you are frustrated with all this new stuff going on with Facebook and kicking us out of our groups and pages and not letting us live stream in there, I know a lot of leadership does that for their team meetings and trainings. Reach out to Peter or myself and we can help you with that. It's actually an old school technique. Man, it takes us back like at least 5 years, if not longer, right, Peter?
Yeah.
We had to use RTMP codes.
Yeah. So I did want to do a quick plug.
Sure.
This is particularly for my Safe Harbor group folks, but anybody else who's listening. Tomorrow night from 6:30 to 8:30, I'm doing a night class, 2 hours long, on the basics of finding your next customer.
Ooh,
I am literally going to be shocking everybody because it's not going to be about technology.
What?
It's going to be about how to sell. Literally how to find your next customer and make a transaction. And it's called 7 Days to Productivity. It's a boot camp, if you like, of strategies that you'll perform each morning and each afternoon for 7 days. There are 14 tasks, and at the end of it, you'll have a customer.
That's awesome.
You will have a customer. And in the market that we're in right now, I have got, if I had $1 for every agent who's telling me how awful it is out there, then I would be retired. So the simple truth is there are 4 million transactions for 2024. There are less agents than there were in 2023. So there is just as much business per agent if you go grab your unfair market share. And that is going to be the focus of tomorrow's chat. And if you can get on there, Brett, I would love you to be a co-host on it.
Yeah.
It's.
I was planning on attending. I was excited about it. I love the title too.
Yeah. Well, the point is, I come across all these agents that are looking for, like I just had an agent out of New York, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't work for Keller Williams. Mm-hmm. And he wants to use my tips and hints. And I'm like, okay, you can join Keller Williams. But anyway, so we had a chat. You wouldn't believe your ears when I discovered this. Uh-oh. Nobody is doing a YouTube channel in New York for real estate.
Really?
Yeah, no one.
Wow.
There are a few videos out there. Ryan Serhant, obviously. Uh-huh. But no one, nobody. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. New York City, where you've got more population than almost anywhere on the planet apart from Japan.
Yeah.
In one place with a vibrant real estate market, and no one is using the very basic tool of communicating why someone should know you, like you, and trust you by the use of video on YouTube. I'm floored. In fact, I'm going to get on this train. I'm heading up there.
Well, because, I mean, basically New York is Hollywood East. Right. Yep. I mean, they make movies and TV shows and everything there, and there's nobody capitalizing on video.
Yeah, Google it. Type in New York real estate into YouTube. It's unbelievable. So, so there's some exciting stuff about how to acquire clients, but literally, we're going to talk about how to make them clients.
Awesome.
Right?
So it sounds like you're going to provide actionable steps, and we're going to be able to like.
There's a PDF. There's a PDF that will be provided for all attendees. Okay. We have one viewer at the moment, so that person can have it. I wonder if Facebook's not announcing the lives. Let me just go comment at everybody on the thing. Okay. All right.
And because we were fumbling around, let me kick this off right. Good morning and afternoon, Keller Williams.
Yes.
This is episode 17. No way. Advisors Live this time around.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
I'm beginning to wonder if I've got a memory problem. This feels like the first time we've done it. You've got a plant though now, so I mean this is important. What's the plant's name?
Kelly. Can I bring that name back?
Astrid the Aspidestra. So is it a real plant that you have to water? Because I hope not.
Hell no, it'd be dead already.
Yeah.
I've had it for months. It would have died a long time ago.
Yeah. So I mean, my wife, which I should never mention, she decided to buy these pots.
You shouldn't talk bad about her.
Well, she bought these pots and she bought these beautiful plants, and they're very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
They are all dead.
Okay, so I will.
Now hang on. We watered them. We put fertilizer in that. We did everything right, but the heat in Florida literally kills anything. I mean, they died wet. They were unable to drink. It's not like we didn't feed them. It's like the sun went on and just burned them to a frazzle. And the weather down here, I mean, it's been brutal, right?
Oh yeah. Well, welcome to August and May. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. And then I was watching. It horrified me, but I was watching the United Kingdom Met Office forecast for our hurricane season, and they're calling it hyperactive hurricane season with 5 Category 3 or higher storms, named storms. 22 named storms. That's just enough to.
So even hurricanes have ADHD these days. Is that what we're talking about?
Hyperactive. So I'm prepared. I've got 12,000 kilowatts of battery storage now.
Yep, you've been acting like a doomsday prepper the last few months, buddy.
I am. So I've got my shortwave radio. I've got my cell phone internet access. I've got regular internet access. I've got battery backup. Now, the reality is when the hurricane hits, there is no internet access because everything gets chopped, right? Yeah. So you go back to listening to the local radio station on AM and they tell you what's going on, where the gas is and where the food is. And all that. Anyway, my point is I'm prepared as well as I can be, right? Hoping that it never happens again. But we're unlikely to be on air if it does. That's all I can tell you.
I just got my fence fixed too, and I don't want to have to go through that again.
Well, it's not only that. I mean, you had 2 new roofs.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And then you've got to go find all your belongings that are like 3/4 of a mile down the street. My neighbor's doors were in our yard.
Really?
Those so-called hurricane panels, they were sucked off the house.
Really?
Yeah. Put on right, blown off. Is that yeah, you think you've got it. Anyway, let's get into what we're here to talk about as soon as we've got no viewers.
So what we are going to talk about, like I was saying, this is episode 17 of Labs Advisors Live. This time around, this is a reboot. This was the originally the brainchild. Is that fair to say? Especially when I'm talking about these guys. Evan Ransom and Joe McHugh. And Kimber was in there, and Chris Orsini, and like the whole crew. I think Abby was in there too. So this is the relaunch, and we are 17 episodes in already. And today we are talking about something very exciting. This has been a buzz for weeks, if not months, right? If you go to the command Facebook groups, everybody's been blowing it up. Where did landing pages go? I want to do a landing page for this. The very first thing that I'm going to tell you, and then we're going to demonstrate it to you later, is a landing page for a single listing is not, in my opinion, I believe Peter agrees with this too, not necessarily the best way to go about demonstrating or providing a landing page, an internet portal, so to speak, for that listing. The best way to do that is to actually use the listing link from your consumer website, because when you're advertising that and you're putting that out there in your social posts and everything, if people don't particularly like that listing, they're in your website and they can click around and spend more time on your website, which is more advantageous to you as the agent. A landing page, if they don't like it, they click off and they're done. Yeah.
So if you're in a regular city and there are 4,000 listings, what's the chances that your listing is the one the customer loves? It's 1 in 4,000, right? Yeah. So restricting any. Now, Google talk about this as well. They won't let you run an ad to a landing page that doesn't have an exit.
Right. Well, we ran into that when we were doing the advertising for my Canva class.
Yeah, Facebook is the same. So the purpose of a landing page is to please the seller.
Yep.
So what you're going to do is when you go on your listing appointment, you're going to say, unlike the blue company and the orange company or wherever they are down the road, we're going to build a single property website for your listing so that we can give it to people who are potentially interested in your home, and there are no distractions. It's not going to lead them off to look at the neighbor's listing down the road. You're not going to be competing, with the other houses around you. We're going to focus in on your listing, Mr. Seller, because that's what Mr. Seller wants, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mr. Buyer doesn't want that. Mr. Buyer wants to see how it compares and contrasts and put 4 side by side and go, well, that one's 500 square feet bigger. It's 20,000 cheaper. This one's got a pool. That one has a space for a pool. This has got an HOA. That one doesn't. So a landing page is for sellers. And yes, we've done it because we know the sellers want it. But should you run ads into it? Probably not.
Right.
Because you're gonna.
So I'm a tech junkie, and to put this into a visual representation of what Peter was just talking about, Best Buy is my favorite toy store. As an adult male now at this point, as a kid, I always had a favorite toy store, and now Best Buy is my favorite toy store. And imagine, to Peter's point, imagine walking into Best Buy and there was one of each type of item in Best Buy. How much time would you spend in there?
Well, this is what I trained on when I was selling electrical goods at a Best Buy equivalent. When I first, I was still kind of at college. I only did 2 years because I wasn't clever enough. Anyway, so I was working at a store called Comet, right? And Comet had a wall of TVs. I'm not joking. It was like 70, 100 foot long, 4 high, with TVs, and the customer said, "Why have you got so many?" So, well, if we had one, would you buy it?
I know, right?
Right?
Yeah.
You want to, when you go to the vegetable store, you want to see all the apples so that you can select the apple, right? And not only that, yellow apple, you want to see the red ones and the green ones and the multicolored ones. And that's why Publix has all the apples when in fact you're only going to buy one of them. Right, you don't go, well, I'm going to have that one of them, and one of them. You always buy.
If you only give me one to choose from, I'm going to walk out because I feel like I don't have enough options.
Yes, so it's the same with houses.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. So, yes, we have a purpose to satisfy the seller, to remove distractions. At an open house, having a single property landing page is great because you don't want the customer to come to the open house, look at your computer screen that you've set up and go, that one down the road's nice. See ya.
True. Yeah, there's an advantage from that standpoint too.
Yeah. So we can't be live in the Facebook group. This is really sad that we can't be live in the.
I know it's really frustrating.
So we're going to post the recording though, right?
Yeah. We will.
Okay.
And then while I'm talking, Peter, if you want to go to our Command Success group or you want to go to KW Command, whatever, I actually posted it there too, so you can take that and put that in your Safe Harbor group if you need to.
Oh, well, yes, I will. But it's broadcasting live in Safe Harbor group right now, which is great. Okay. But the problem is, I think Facebook has removed the announcement.
Gotcha.
Because when you used to go live within the Facebook ecosystem,
it
used to alert everybody in the group, hey, Peter's live or somebody's live, right? So, but this has been recorded and people later will be able to watch it, which is great. So I did have a question though. When earlier on today, you posted a landing page into our communication channel.
Yes, sir.
It didn't look like the landing page that I built this morning.
Really?
Right? So I'd like to look at what you did because something's different. I mean, I know you got the Matterport on, you got the YouTube on, but the map wasn't there. The summary of the property wasn't there.
I didn't choose. I just did a landing page. I didn't choose a listing.
Oh, so it wasn't the listing landing
Nope.
page.
I
Right.
just did a raw landing page. I added the address and the header
Okay.
photo and
So
things like that.
let's do our culture moment, and then I'd like to jump into Command and show you what I built earlier, because it actually rocks. It's really good.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Now we've got the caveat out of the way, when and how we should use them.
Right.
It is fabulous for what it is. So
cool.
Right. Culture.
So our culture moment. Let's jump into this. And we are back around full circle to our mission. So our mission here at Keller Williams is to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. And we talk about that all the time. One of the legacies is profit share. We've talked about being able to build financial wealth and security and, your real estate portfolio and have properties that you can leave behind as part of your legacy. For me, I hope at some point it's the training that I've dedicated, seems like my life to. I love, that's probably my new favorite. It was the last part that was added because I've been with Keller Williams so long, as my 14th year. It used to be to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, and lives worth living, and that's where it stopped. Then we added experiences worth giving because this is a service industry for sure. And then legacies worth leaving was the last one added. Peter, anything you want to say about that?
Yeah. So I've said this before, but I'll repeat it. It is my thorough belief that once we're through the post-apocalyptic period of August,
right,
when we all realign how we do business and we come out of it and we're rocking and everything's better than it ever was, because that's what happens, your database can be sold upon your retirement. Just for like a vast sum of money, way more than profit share, way more than anything else. Yep. Your contacts, so if you run a local AC company, when you decide to retire, you better believe the new AC company wants to finance your client base and buy it from you, so that they're instantly getting 20 years of work.
Yep.
And they will agree to pay you X amount of dollars per year, or some referral or something. So we need to work on monetizing our databases. No one's talking about it. Even your gurus, even your clowns like Tom Ferry and all the entertainers out there that just take money off us and don't actually sell houses. The gurus, that's what they are. It's reality. Yeah. They're not even on it. They haven't even thought, "Ooh, that database is worth something."
Yeah, you don't really hear many people training or teaching that.
No, because they're not real. They're all
to be honest, in my experience at other brokerages, and I don't have a lot, I can say one other, right? But through my my experiences also of talking to people from other brokerages, Keller Williams is the only one that I know of, and even then, I think it could be better, where we actually train our agents to think of themselves as entrepreneurs and business owners.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Most other places, it's treated like a job and your broker is your boss. And that's not how it really is. Right. So that book of business, very much like an insurance company, their value is in that book of business. And so
I know that the hard way, because in the United Kingdom, they banned annual commission from insurance policies, and our book of business became worthless overnight.
Oh wow,
it was horrendous, and that was what flawed me into moving to America. I was like, this country sucks. It's so ridiculous that they can just change the lives of people with a stroke of a pen because they don't like it.
The red coat started throwing tea overboard.
I was firing tea missiles everywhere. So did I just call Tom Ferry a clown? Yeah, I did. So right,
you just did it again.
Yeah. So the reason I think he's a clown is because I think he's an entertainer. I think that he appeals to the pain of people trying and struggling to get somewhere with real estate, and they get energized by him, and I think that's great, right?
Yep.
And I absolutely think motivating people is a wonderful thing. So a motivational coach is a great thing, right?
Yeah. Our business coaches are awesome.
Yes, absolutely awesome. However, right, when it just becomes a field of referral products where they're getting paid a commission for you buying a particular website, CRM, tool, this tool, that tool, and it all becomes just grifting.
Well, and there's a big difference between, say, MAPS coaching or a specific real estate coach, a productivity coach in your office, and then a guru that shows up in your Facebook feed or has a YouTube channel where all they're doing is trying to make money off of you.
Yeah.
Right?
So the reason I'm on this little ride today is I discovered last night that a friend of mine from 1980 to 83 is now a productivity coach guru in the United Kingdom.
Oh yeah.
Right. And this guy is doing he's coming across great. He looks great. His lifestyle. He posts the video from the gym at 5:45 a.m. Right. Then he posts he eats from a frying pan because he only eats protein.
Yeah.
Right. So he's got his frying pan with his eggs, his sausage, his bacon, and his
sounds good to me.
Right. This guy, the level of BS that's coming from this guy, because I know him. I grew up with him. I know his soul, right?
Yeah.
And he's made this mask, which is the personality, the guru, and people are following it. Yeah. And I know the clown behind it, right? So it confirmed my suspicions that this is just an entertainment. It's just, they literally entertain you for long enough to figure out how to extract your cash, right?
Yeah,
that's
there's a lot
why
of like that.
The converse of that is we have within our organization the tools, the knowledge, the training, and everything that you need to be successful, literally in one, if not two books.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
For $20, $20.
Right.
And so this whole industry has been plagued recently, and the recent one, which really kills me, is all the gurus saying what's going to happen with the new structure of doing business when it wasn't even finalized by the government, the courts, the lawyers. How does the guru know what's going to be happening?
Well,
and seven effective steps for presenting your buyer side agreement. It's like, what are you even talking about, you big clown? None of this has been agreed, and you're out there telling us how to do it, which just proves it's all fake. Right. So I want to keep it real, keep it, absolutely straightforward and logical and sensible, and have people succeed in their business rather than be distracted by shiny objects that aren't even real.
Right.
It's my pet thing today. That's it. I'm done now.
I'll tell you, one of the things that you brought up though, with how things are going to change, and I think this is the very, very, very good thing about what's about to happen. And that is that agents have notoriously been horrible at getting buyer brokerage agreements signed. They're terrified of them. They don't understand them well enough to explain them confidently to their buyers. So most of the time they don't get signed, or the value isn't presented if they do. And in so many cases, and I'm speaking from experience, I mean, I've been doing this 21 years now. I may have had one buyer brokerage agreement signed ever, and it's because there were so many red flags. I knew I had to secure that person.
Yeah.
Look, I've been burned a million times by buyers.
Yeah.
And
So here's the thing
that's going to come out of this is you are going to have to do it.
Yeah.
It's going to be required, so you don't get to make excuses anymore.
Yeah, but the really good thing is everybody is going to have to do it. Right? So if they said, imagine this horror. If they said only Coldwell Banker agents have to do a buyer broker agreement, everybody else you're okay, because that's the settlement. Right? Imagine the horror of being at Coldwell Banker going, oh my God. Right? Everyone has to do it.
Can we spread that rumor?
Yeah, we'll spread it.
That wouldn't be within culture, would it? Sorry.
Yeah, not really.
I keyed.
Yeah. So the forms are blue for a reason. Right. Anyway, so we all going to have to do it. Many people in many states have always had to do a buyer broker agreement, which is fine.
Mhm.
But where the difference is, you have to do it before you show a house.
Right.
So Zillow came out with let's get around that.
A
Right.
showing agreement.
Yeah. Well, you wait till the DOJ get hold of Zillow for coming up with that idea. It's not the intent of what's happening. What they want is,
buddy, I'm still
want-
gonna die on the fact that Zillow's behind all of this.
well, yeah.
I
Somebody
wouldn't,
is.
I wouldn't
Someone
doubt
is.
that they instigated the lawsuits to begin with.
Somebody is. So anyway, having a buyer broker agreement signed at the beginning before you sell a house doesn't happen in any other industry. If you
Right.
walked into a car showroom and said, "Hello there, young man, I'd like to test drive that Porsche," and he
Mhm.
goes, "Well, we have to agree my commission first." If you
So
go, "I'm sorry, Mr. Clown, I'm just going next door."
I love that clown is your word for the day. I love it.
It's because of the clown I've been dealing with. So if you went into a store and said, "I want to buy a washing machine," and the guy in the store said, "That's great, but I have to tell you, this washing machine I get $50, this one I get 25, this one I get 75, but we've
Right.
got to agree how much I can have before you can actually look at the washing machines, if you don't mind." It's like it's so against the grain, and so it's just like un-American to have to do this, right?
Yeah.
Because America's meant to be free economy, free spirited,
Mhm.
you know, kind of like if I want to do something a certain way, I'm going to do it. If I'm not, I'm not. But so now we've got this kind of rigid window to go through. But there's a benefit to it. So the benefit is it defines the cost for the buyer and
Right.
defines who is going to pay and then which houses you're willing to go look at. So the buyer now has the power to say, "I'm not looking at that house because they're not going to pay my agent."
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
And I don't want to pay it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to exclude that house. The seller is going to look at this and go, "Uh-oh, I'm going to exclude that buyer if I don't offer. So maybe I should." Right?
Yeah.
So it's just, all it's doing is everything will remain the same, but it will be defined.
Mhm.
Who pays what, how much to pay, and it'll be fixed. So it's actually a good thing.
Yeah, I think
But
it's a
it
good
would only work if everyone has to do it, and thankfully,
Right.
everybody has to do it. So that's good. If there was a chance that one person, like there might be companies that go, "We'll show you a house without a buyer broker agreement because we're not going to take a commission. We're just going to help you as a buyer," right?
Mhm.
That's fine. That might appear out of nowhere, but what would be in it for that company to do that? Very little. So the buyer broker agreement is probably going to be a good thing. It's definitely happening. It's been settled. It was agreed. The terms have been agreed now by the courts. So we'll look like a rollout. I think it's August 15th. I think this is what they were saying. So we've got to get prepared for that. And your MCTT in your office and your leadership are all going to be prepared. We have been, the amount of training that we've had on all the systems and everything that's going on is intense. Then we had the Gary Keller multiple sessions, which I attended most of them. They were the same session repeated on value squared, which really focused on how to present that agreement. So we're ready.
Yeah.
We're good.
In my office, Fort Myers and the Islands, we've been them are an awesome leadership team. So my OP Mark Wallish and team leader Liam McCann, our brokerage team of Natasha Tello and Adrian Lindemann, they've been in front of this since the first words were dropped, and it's been awesome. They've been training our agents on it, and it's awesome. And then I've spoken to agents from other companies, and they haven't been told the first thing about it. They're getting all their information from what they read in the headline.
Same we've got Janelle and Belinda, and they've done the same right from the very get-go. They were like, "We should be doing it anyway." Right? So they've produced documents, they've made videos, they've done training, they have coaching every Friday morning live that anyone can join, and it's like being the topic of the week multiple times. So we're good and ready. I'm not worried about it. I really am. I think we're just good and ready. There's going to be a few nuances which people might not have thought about, but so will it be even worthwhile trying to get a buyer lead from Zillow? Will it? Does it still make sense? Because the new regulations also that have come out that are going into enforced this summer is that a lead aggregator has to generate the lead in the name of the recipient of the lead.
So that's the key, right?
Yeah.
And you've been talking about that.
This isn't just real estate, by the way. This is everything.
Yeah.
This is across the board. So what they're saying is you can't flip leads. In other words, you can't generate a lead for a 4-bedroom home in Port St. Lucie and then sell it to somebody in Vero Beach who wasn't on the original ad.
Gotcha.
So it's going to cut the floor away from these lead things. Now that means that our tools at Keller Williams become super powerful because our ads to generate leads are branded to one agent.
Right.
And it's that agent that receives that lead. So there's going to be way more opportunities to lead generate and actually acquire customers and get them, because the big players are going to struggle with it. And the proof is in the pudding. Homes.com is not selling leads.
Really?
They have relaunched their model and they are not selling leads.
So they're not doing that referral model?
No, none of it.
Okay, awesome.
No commission. No.
Well,
what they're doing is sponsored positioning of the agent. If you want to be on the ad, you have to pay to be on it.
Right.
It's an orange banner.
But then those leads come to you, and that's where they originated from. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, that's good to know. Yeah. So it's really shaking up the industry. These changes.
Yeah. So the good news is Homes.com is awesome, and I recommend agents do subscribe.
Their commercials are annoying. I'm tired of their commercials.
Whoever they chose for that wasn't the best.
Well,
their Super Bowl one didn't make any sense. It was like, what? Yeah. Helicopters?
I mean, they're memorable, right? But it's just kind of annoying. The woman on it, I believe, is from Saturday Night Live, and then the guy was on Modern Family or something like that. I don't know. Somebody who watches all that stuff will I don't watch a lot of TV shows. I watched like Gen X TV shows. Like I'm still watching Friends and Raymond.
I watch Seinfeld.
So, but if you know who the guy in the Homes.com commercials is and what show he was on, I really, for some reason, I think it's Modern Family. But anyway, comment and let us know.
Yeah. Great. So anyway, the net result of all of this is buyer lead generation will become extremely powerful. It will be cheaper, and you will get more leads because we'll have less competition from the aggregators. That's just what's going to happen. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the buyer broker agreement because it establishes who's paying and who's doing what. I don't think sellers will stop offering to compensate the buyer. The buyer through the transaction. One or two will. One or two will say no. Yeah. But I mean, that's a red flag to me. So if I'm going on a listing appointment and the customer says, I'm willing to give you X amount to list my house, but I'm not willing to find a buyer by engaging all these hundreds of other people who've got the buyers, I'll be like, do you really want to sell it?
Well, Peter, I think the seller that does that is the same minded seller that wants to sell for sale by owner because they don't want to pay the realtor fees. Yeah. And then they end up for selling way less than what they could have even paying the realtor fees. Yeah. Right? It's the same kind of mentality.
Yeah. But again, we're in prediction. We don't know. Yeah. So the last thing that I ever want to do is speculate. But I would just see it as odd. I mean, I just watched my neighbor, right? So my neighbor bought a house for $310. Hurricane wrecked. Needed a roof, needed kitchen, drywall, new flooring. Water had flown through it. It was one of them, mess. And the market's dropped, and he spent a lot of money. New roof, new kitchens, new everything, repainted it, cabinets, bathrooms, everything, thousands upon thousands. He only got $377.
Wow.
Yikes. Right? And it took a year to sell.
Yeah.
But he kept doing this really, really weird thing. $100 price reductions.
That's stupid. I don't even want to talk about it. It doesn't even make sense. We better jump into what we're on here for because the hour is going by quicker than I anticipated, and we want to deliver on what we promised. So let me I'm going to break this out and move it over here, and we're gonna share our screen. And Peter, you're gonna work on this too, right? I will.
Well, we can do it through yours. If you want to go into your command and then go to,
I'm gonna go into my wife's first, and I'll
Yeah,
just start. I'll show one from scratch, because I'll have to bring some other things up here. So let me present.
because this is a 30-second job. You literally put the address in, press a button, and it creates it.
Right. And so we'll do it that way, right? Because that's how most people are going to do it. And then I'll show how I was creating a standalone landing page.
Yeah.
And that's probably why I was surprised when I got in there and saw that there was an HTML embed code, right? Because that's in the standard.
I don't think there is one on the other one, but we'll see in a second when you share your screen.
All right. So that's the one I want to share. And we'll bring this up here and we're good to go. And then I need my spectacles.
It comes to us all,
terrible, wasn't it? Okay, so I'm going to go right down here to consumer. And again, just pro tip, in case you don't know, if you hit the white KW in the red box, that will expand that menu and you can see what everything is in one shot, or you can hover over the icon when it's closed and it will tell you what it is. So we're going to go down here to consumer and I'm going to go to edit my website. And when this one opens, I'm going to go to property landing page template. So this is the new one. See, Peter, I went right here.
Yeah,
I just looked for a landing page, and so that's where I went.
You're going to be really impressed with this because it's very good what it does.
Awesome. All right, so let's click on property landing page template. And when this opens up, page title, recommend the address, right, Peter?
Right, so all you're going to do is put the featured listing in first. So put the address in
here. And we will say, where does the address go?
Just start typing.
Oh, really? The cursor's already in there? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. So we'll do this, 7505 Wodelia. And there it is right there. That is the most recent. Yep. So that's it. And boom, the property photo comes in. I see that. Look at that.
Right. So what you do have is on page title, it is required.
Yep.
Okay. So you can have something like for showings, call and put your phone number in, right? Because that's going to appear right above where it says 3-bed, 2-bath.
Okay.
So just type something in there, like just a call to action or some description.
Schedule a showing with us. Call 941. All right. Like that?
Yeah, you pressed enter.
I will. There we go. It doesn't.
Oh, just click away from it.
Yep. Okay. So
that should now update.
And then it's updating over here. Got my little spinny. Do.
So it has the map.
Okay. You said above the 3-bedroom two. Like I don't see that.
When you publish it, it should appear because it did on mine. That's where it put it.
Okay.
So just click publish.
All right. So we're gonna publish it, and then I got publish, and then where's my
all right, hang on a minute, just a second. Scroll down. Scroll down. Because that didn't do what mine did earlier, which mine put black text above the 3-bed, 2-baths with the call to action in it.
All right,
so just click
the page and see what it says. So
no, it's not. What it's done is it's made that the page title, which we don't want. You want the address as the page title.
Yep.
So go back and change that to the address.
Get rid of that. And for everybody listening, you heard that's what I said, right? Was the address. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there.
Well, the reason we want the address is for search engine friendliness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. But it must be the box further down where you put your call to action, because there definitely can be done. I did it. So click away from that. Scroll down and then go to property car details untitled. That's it.
This one. Okay.
Yeah, there it is. That's where you put your scheduler showing.
All right.
And then put the phone number.
And remember, guys, this is new to all of us. This just went live yesterday. So this is my very first time in it. I thought I was in it this morning, getting ready in preparation for the show. And I was just doing a basic landing page. Okay, so I see it now. It's popping up over the 4 boxes right here. So this is where that title's coming in.
So you want phone number on there?
It's showing with us at 941. All right, like that. And then click out. And it is saving it. And there we go. Awesome. Look at that. Cool. And then I'm getting SEO on my phone number too, right?
Yep. So the only edits you can do in it is to hide things. So you can hide the number of beds, number of baths, the listing description. But why would you, right? Everything else is uneditable.
But if I want to add a module, does it let me add?
Yeah, you can add a module, but the HTML wasn't there when I tried it.
I don't like that. Yeah. So and don't get me wrong. I'm happy to have this. This is awesome. But I would love to have an HTML code module, the HTML embed module, because I'd like to put my Matterport tour in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's no video. Where's the video? Does that go in the image carousel?
No, there isn't a video either. So the option is to create it like you did earlier, which you can show us.
Yeah. So this is the new one, which for most agents, this is probably going to be what they want, right? Because honestly, to do this start to finish, it's about maybe 2.5 minutes, right? If that. And the better, the more you do it, the better you get at it. You put in the property address, boom, it populates everything for it. You hide the things you want to hide, you give it a title, and you're done.
So do you want to click the link just so we can go look at it?
Yep. So let me publish that, and then we will click on it. And here is the finished landing page, property, the listing landing page, right? So it brought that in. I hit expand details, and it will give me the rest of the description. And then I have my agent information here with a contact button and socials down here. And we have our photo carousel that we can go through. So then we just go through our photos. Very cool. It's very nice. I love it. Especially for something super fast, right? And then this is the community that it's in. So the map comes up and it gives a red marker to show you where in the community that house is. Differentiating it, right, from other listings in the area, it looks like.
Shout out to Prompt Towing Service. Awesome company.
Yeah.
They recovered my RV during the hurricane.
Yeah. Right there.
They were amazing.
And then you got your contact information as usual. And then I love this feature. I don't know that everybody knows about this, but this was added not too long ago. And that's a QR code on our websites and these landing pages. That's a scan to download your consumer app. So just neat little things that are popping up here and there. Okay, so that is the specific listing landing page. What I did with mine, and I'm going to actually, let me pull up some. I need to pull up my Matterport here so that I can get that code. All right. And then I need to get my YouTube video code. So let me check on that real quick. And so Peter,
not everybody will know what Matterport is.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so it transforms single images by stitching them together into a 360-degree experience, but it also creates a map on the floor that you click little icons and you can move around the property. And it came to its fore during the COVID thing, right?
It was actually before that. I bought my camera in 2015. And they released the second version of it just a few months after that. So it's been around a long time. And actually, with what makes Matterport a little bit different is that the camera actually shoots in 360. It actually is motorized and spins around to capture everything every 5 to 8 feet. So when I shoot a Matterport for my listings, I have the Matterport camera on a tripod. It spins around, captures everything. I move it every 5 to 8 feet all the way through the house. And it builds this model. What's really cool is the dollhouse model. I love that feature. It's really neat. So we'll look at that here in just a second. Get to the video that I need. And my channel, there we go. Okay. All right. So let me get logged in here and I'll show you what this looks like. And did it go? Yeah, there we go. All right. So if I go to my spaces, that's what they're called. And I go down here and we will look at this one because I have the video for this one. So I'm going to use this one. And what happens is when I click on play, there's that dollhouse, which is really neat. And then 3D sucks me into that room. We are seeing this, right? Yeah, we're good. Okay. And then you see all these little circles on the floor? That's every place that I had to set up the camera in. Actually, sometimes it's more because I hide some that I don't want anybody to actually go into. Like a lot of times I'll actually put the camera in a closet, in a shower, in a tub to scan better, but then I'll remove that scan point. But anyway, I just click on these and it lets me move all the way through. And then I can hold my mouse and drag and drop and get a 360 view of what that house looks like. And this just lets me move all through the house. Just like that. Pretty cool. So you can see why this would be really nice to have on the listing landing page. And because we're a little bit limited on the new release listing landing page, I'm going to build a regular landing page and have that on there. So I'm going to go over here and go back to my dashboard. And so I would have hit on consumer, right? Edit my website. And then that brings me right back here. And I'm just going to click on landing page. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a title. So this is going to be 1124 Cheshire. And put in the full address because, again, like Peter said, this is for SEO, search engine optimization. And then I'm going to come down here in our description. I could put in, whatever description I want. I think for this one I did beautiful waterfront home. I'll just say waterfront home on 3 lots. And then our page header. So the background image, this is one of the things that's really cool. So I'm going to go to background image. You can see right here, this is kind of boring. But when I add an image.
So you can put an actual image of the house, right?
Yeah. In this one, I'm actually using a, let's see, where did my list?
You're in Amanda's.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. So it's not uploaded here. Okay. So then I'm going to click new to upload a new image. All right. And then I'm going to go to new. I'm going to leave this at new upload. I'm going to go to choose. And then I will find that image. So let me find that real quick. And So on this one, Peter, I'm actually using an kind of a aerial shot. It's not directly overhead. It's kind of high from the front. It's got a nice look to it. So then find that address. And once I have that address, then our photos, and then I can find what I'm looking for here. So almost there.
Sorry, we just can't see anything. We can only see you.
Yeah, I know. You don't want to anyway. Okay, so like this one right here, I think is what I use. So we're gonna bring that one in. Okay, so I got a nice image there.
That's really nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Shows the water behind.
So it says click inside to set the focus point. So you're going to do the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. So we got that, and then I'm gonna hit save. All right, and then I'm gonna I always hit save again just because when it's there, like I just want to double check. And then I'm gonna hit back. Okay, and then now I have to choose it from this window. So don't think that you saved it and it's automatically gonna load in. It loaded it right here. So now I have to click on it, and you see behind it just added it to the page. Okay, so now that that's been added, then I can come over here and I can close out window. And now what you see in the preview is that image is actually behind the title.
Yeah, it's got the house right in the center, which is great.
Yeah, so it just starts to look really nice. Then I can come down here and add my module. So I'm going to add a module, and I'm going to add a video module. And then the key here that I had to kind of fumble with was I want it to actually be YouTube. So hold on, where did I find that? It was kind of...
So yeah, it's there. So click that again. Okay, then bottom left of the new window, it says Vimeo.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you,
switch
sir.
that to YouTube.
Yep. So if you put everything on YouTube, which you should, I honestly don't know why anybody uses Vimeo anymore.
I heard they were going away.
Yeah. So anyway, you want YouTube. The main reason you want YouTube is because everything that you do video-wise should live there so that you get the Google juice from it, because YouTube is owned by Google. It is the #2 search engine in the world, second only to Google, and Google loves itself, so put everything on YouTube. All right, so we're going to click that. And then new. And then it's going to ask for the URL, and I don't think I copied that, so let me go get that real quick. And we're going to come down here, and I'm going to get that share link right here. And then we're just going to copy that into here. All right, and paste. And that's in there good. I can add tags. You should, in the interest of time. I'm not going to do all that stuff. It gives you a little preview. You can have a title for it. I'm good with that title, actually, SEO-wise. It's got the address, it's got the name of our team, and it's got the company that we work for. So I'm good with that. I could put a description if I want. There's the thumbnail, the poster image. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to hit publish. And then I'm going to see the same one. Yep. And then I'm going to hit back. And just like the photos, I have to select it again. Okay. So I'm going to select it here.
And now it's there.
Yeah. And now you can see it brought it in. All right. And Peter, I would imagine I'm getting extra SEO every time that pops up on the page. Am I not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So that's in there. And then I'm going to go down here because I want to add one more module. And honestly, you could add a bunch, right? I could have my testimonial list at the end of this, whatever that looks like. I'm going to go down here and do an HTML embed. And then I'm going to go to create new. Every time you're doing something for the first time in this editor, you're going to be creating new, whether it's adding an image, adding a video, adding HTML code, and then it stores it there for you and you can go retrieve it later.
Yeah, it's like a library.
Yep. So I have that. Now let me go over here to the space detail, and I need to get the embed code from here. So I'm going to go to share, and then my embed code is right here. I can just one-click copy it. And then back to the landing page. And the name is going to be 1124 Cheshire Matterport. Okay. Oops, not really. My keyboard is crazy. All right. So like that. And then the raw HTML is where we're going to plug that code in. So I'm just going to right click in there and hit paste. There's my iframe. Now, one thing, we're going to see this, and keep in mind, I just started experimenting with this morning. So I have to figure out, and I know, like, we're fully transparent here, right? We have a lot of awesome technology. Our tech team is doing amazing things to always improve and release new features. There is some frustration about what an image should be and all that. I can
fix that. Right. Yeah. So open ChatGPT.
Okay. So, sorry, open chat.openai.com.
There you go. Just press enter.
Let me get in here.
And write a prompt saying update this code so that the video displays in the center of the window.
Well, so that's not the problem, Peter. It actually does display in the center. It's super small.
Yeah, we can do that as well.
You first, and then you tell me how to.
Yeah, so it displays in the center. So the video displays in the center of the window, and automatically sizes to the window.
All right. So
to the window size.
To the window size. Okay.
Okay. And then press enter and then paste your code. There you go.
All right.
We haven't done this is live. May or may not help, but it might.
All right. Well, if this works, I will be so happy because I don't like the way that it came out. Now, one thing that's really cool. What?
Has it finished?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so copy.
Okay, so you're going to hit copy code up here. You don't have to highlight everything. Just hit copy code.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go back to landing page, and I'm going to take this out. And it doesn't like that, Peter. No, it doesn't. So it says I could do iframe, but let me just do what it is, and I'll show you.
I'll tell you why it's doing that.
Well, hold on, because I want to do it this way so that everybody sees, because they're going to try it this way, and then they'll.
So what you were struggling with the size of it?
Let me finish, and you'll see. So go to my embed code and back here, and then we'll put this in. Come on. Okay, what happened? There it goes. Tell me it didn't go in there twice. All right, awesome. So then I'm going to hit publish. And then when you see the preview of the page, it's squished. So when I hit back, you'll see it pop in here once I select it. So now that I've added it, I have to come here and I have to select that I just created. Okay. And then it'll show up here. Now on my other screen, it didn't look right, but yet it looks right on this one. So I don't know if it's because I've got that long, that 49-inch monitor, if it just displays weird, but so now if I hit publish, and then we'll go look at it. Where's it? Okay, so here's the actual link. So I'm gonna click on that and let it open up. And there's my nice header, and then the video. Yeah, so it's off to the side. But what was happening on my other monitor, Peter, is it was actually squished. It was a band that was only about like 1.5 inches tall.
Okay,
so it was squished.
So click play. Okay, so all we need to do is use ChatGPT, but just say send to the image rather than resize the image, because what it did was it created an iframe, and we're not allowed to use iframes on the page. So we just wanted to center the image.
So I'll just go to a new chat.
Yeah.
Say, please. That was it. I didn't say please.
Oh, well, that'll give you some bad code on purpose.
Right? That's the problem. Please.
So I would put, please preserve the format of this code. But center.
But change it to center the image.
Yeah.
Okay.
Change it to center the video on the screen.
All right.
Just so you know, I've done this a lot, and it sometimes like goes overboard, right? So it looks all right though, because it hasn't done iframes this time.
I didn't give it the code.
Oh yeah, you got to type the code. Yeah.
You know why? Because there's iframe. All right, so that's what the problem is. The detail coming from the code here, this copy embed is actually iframe. That's why.
Yeah. So if you look on the actual page, there's a yellow flag warning. When you go to the HTML embed, it says it won't display properly. Yeah. So what you got to do?
Use an iframe widget.
Yeah. So what you got to, you could use the iframe rather than HTML embed.
Yeah.
I think that might work better.
Yeah. So let's do that. So I'm just gonna hit the minus on here to get rid of that. We're going to add a new module, and then we'll scroll down, and there is an iframe embed. So we'll take that one.
Yeah.
And then a new, again, we got to do new because it's a new iframe.
Yeah. And now you just need the URL from that code.
Yeah.
And what it's going to do now is it's going to use the iframe it likes, right? The way the code's written. So you see how it's got 100% width? That means
URL, but I have the whole code. So
yeah, so just paste the whole code and then just delete everything but the URL. So the URL is, you know what it is. I'm not gonna mansplain you.
Yeah, no, I know. But so take everything out before and after the URL.
Yeah, so go to and then from the little
wait. Oops, where'd it go?
From after the MI
right here.
That's it. Yeah.
There we go. That's much better. Okay.
So now because it's got iframe width 100%, it'll always be the width of the screen.
Okay, awesome. So it will change to fit the screen, correct?
Yep.
So it is what we call dynamic.
Did you publish?
I think I did. Yeah. And then we click it here. And then that'll bring it in for us. And it's still not formatting, right?
No, go look at it. Yeah, go actually look at the page. That's just the preview window.
Okay, so then we'll go to the link.
Need to refresh that.
The old one. Hey, that looks good. Awesome. So then we bring Matterport in that way, and it should be dynamic to the window, right?
Yeah, it will be. So it'll shrink and work just fine.
So if I go up here like this, and then we shrink that window.
Now I would run an ad into this because this allows the customer to really see the house. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, and I think that's kind of what we wanted to get across with this too. The new listing landing page is an awesome new feature. It allows you to really quickly do a landing page in a couple of clicks. However, for higher level users like myself, I want to include video and the Matterport especially. I need to do a regular landing page to do that. But I don't get the cool photo carousel and all that stuff.
But you can put that in.
Yeah, we can add it.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the fact is we don't have a lot of time as agents. So are you really going to try completely emulate it? Maybe not. But
yeah, no, I agree.
You know, as long as you've got a bit of description in, a couple of pics. If you go to that modules, because you can move the modules up and down.
And then I've got
There should be
we got location listing carousel. So is that our map?
should be, if you keep going down, doesn't look like there used to be an image carousel.
Yeah.
Anyway, you could put other listings in, but we don't.
Yeah.
Don't
We
really.
could do a listing carousel if we wanted to.
Well, you could put your listings in, right, as an agent.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you've got all of them in. The one you're promoting and your other two, say.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a nice, cool feature. I'm interested to see what the location one is.
Yeah, that's what I did here. So want to see great homes in your area, share your current location. It's all it is. It's automatically going to use the location of the user and then bring up listings, it looks like.
Yeah, which is kind of, I like the idea of it, except it's going to.
Yeah, it just depends on whether
it's going
you
to
want
take the focus off that listing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And it just depends on whether you want to advertise other people's listings or not. I mean, the contact information would come to you. So it just depends on what your purpose is for this. If you just want to present that property, then you could do what we're doing here and just have the video, the Matterport, whatever you want that to look like. However, like we said at the beginning of the episode, it doesn't allow for as much stickiness on your website, though, because if they click out, then they're gone. Right. Whereas if you do provide some of your other listings, or you do provide a listing carousel widget, then there would be more properties for them to look at, which is probably what I would do down here at the end. I would say add module, and then we'll say listing carousel. And then, I could give it a title of see our other listings. Or I could say see other listings in the area, whatever I want that to say. Because, we can show other people's listings. It's it's IDX, so we're all good with that. And then I can just add the listings in here that I want. So like the other one would be the new one that we just got. So I'll put that in here. Okay. And there it is. Where is it? Right there. Okay, so we take that, and then I'm good on that one, and I hit publish. And then if I come back to my website or the landing page and hit refresh, and I've got the video, that, and then here's these are the other listings by location, and then here's the other listing that I put in here. Okay, so this is that listing widget that said location listing widget, right? Yeah. So location listing carousel. And what that does is when the user gives the browser permission to use its location, then it's going to provide other listings in the area. And then this was the one that I put in that was just listings that I loaded in, which I only loaded this one in.
Yeah.
So you can still make a really cool page this way as well. And what I like about this is you're able to incorporate video, Matterport, other things that you want to embed. Yeah. Because as of now, we can't embed any kind of code into the brand new listing landing page.
Yeah. No, this is miles ahead better. Because you've got to think about the user experience. I'm getting a video that I can watch. Yeah. I'm getting a Matterport I can tar. I've got the listing link anyway, so I can look at the photographs and everything else. All right, so it doesn't have a map. Big deal.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and if you have the time, if you have an admin, you have a marketing director, do both.
Yeah.
You can do both.
Well, honestly, the second one, the new one, only takes 30 seconds anyway. So you might as well do both.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So fantastic. Hope you like that. There's two different ways that you can create listing landing pages. I will say, and Peter, let's talk about this real quick before we sign off. And that is, I do think, well, here, you know what? Let's go back to that and let's show what we were talking about so that everybody knows. All right. So what Peter and I said was that if you really want to send people to your listing page, it really should be on your website because there's stickiness there. Stickiness meaning that that user is going to stick around on your website longer if you're providing them other items of value to hang out there. Okay, because if there's something on here they don't like let's say for whatever reason Baby Blue sets them off and they hate this house. So guess what? They click off of it, bam, they're gone. I lost them. I'll probably never get them back. Whereas if I go to the actual website, so this is actually my wife's site. So we'll go down here to what the main domain is. So amandabishop.kw.com, and then we plug in that address 1124 Cheshire. Okay, and then that'll come up here. There it goes. And we click on this one.
Yep.
Now, this is on my website. Okay, I can take this domain right here, which is amandabishop.kw.com/property/the address, blah, blah, blah. Right? I can buy a domain that is 1124 Cheshire Street.info. It's $2.99 on GoDaddy. And now I can give that to the seller and say, look, I bought a domain. Your house has its own domain. Go to it. It will forward to this link. And so when they look at this, they don't know that it's not a single property landing page. And the benefit to you as the agent is that you have all this other information that's built in. So estimating
a lot more on it. A lot more.
Yeah. Estimating the monthly payment. You've got your Keller Home Loans and Keller Covered links here. The price and tax history.
Why did the property tax go down?
So on this one, I don't know.
Wow.
It has been going down for some people, Peter. I know it doesn't happen very often, but it has been happening with some of our customers.
Mine's doubled.
That's funny. But then
have they turned 65?
I don't know. Got
married. I don't know. There could be all sorts of reasons.
Yeah. So then you see we've got similar properties on here. So this is the stickiness that we talk about. Yeah. And the advantage to being able to do that, you saw when I was creating the landing page and adding the video and the Matterport and the similar properties. This is the listings by location carousel that we added. So this is already built into your website. And guys, I don't have to do anything. When I put the listing in opportunities, it goes live on the KWLS. Boom, this page is already here with all this information. So the only thing I may want to do then is create a landing page like I did that has the video and the Matterport. Yeah. Right. And then I've got nearby properties with the map, and there's school information in here too, I believe.
Yeah, it's further up.
Right. So we got that. Activity history, property details, see all details. So just lots of good information that's already here. And
you've had 252 views.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you run an ad on it? Was that organic?
I think I did when I first launched it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. And then, if they don't like this property for some reason, then they click on this one. And even though it's not our listing, they don't know that, because when they hit contact Amanda, it's coming to us, right? Yeah. So it allows more opportunities to capture leads, because you're providing more properties for that person to look at. Whereas when you do a single property landing page, they're done if they click off of it.
Yeah, it's a closed. It's like a cul-de-sac of the internet.
It's like it's like trying to get information and only asking yes or no questions, right? Mm-hmm. We talk about this as leaders and trainers, to be mindful about the questions that you ask when you're training or having a consultation with an agent or your buyers and sellers. You want to ask open-ended questions that provoke thought on their behalf and provide you some more valuable information than just yes or no. So
absolutely,
lots of different ways to do it. Peter and I would agree that using the actual listing page on your website is really the way to go for two reasons. There's a lot of information on it, so it creates more stickiness. And guess what? When you list that property, it's already done for you. It's already there. However, if you want to get more creative, like we did with the video and the Matterport, then you can create a landing page. And then if you do need, because your seller just wants to see it, then we have that brand new feature for the single property listing landing page that is just a couple of clicks. Put in a headline for the address so that you get search engine optimization from it, and boom, you're done. Really cool stuff.
Like, thumbs
Like,
up. Like, thumbs up.
Yep. So lots of stuff in this episode today. We did kind of get off on a tangent about talking about, you know, the new changes in the industry, but we think it's important to have these conversations. We really do. And hopefully your market centers are having them. I'm sure that they are, because Keller Williams is stellar in its training. And guess what? There's lots of other companies out there that are not having any of this. So
well, the one thing about Keller Williams is we're excited about change.
Yeah.
It's never been since I've not had that many years, but I've had years, but not that many years. But whenever there's changes, it's never been like panic stations. It's just like, okay, shift. Out comes the shift book.
Yeah.
This is what we do. This is how we plow through it. This is how we're going to be better at the other side of it. It's like you embrace the change always.
Well, and that's the advantage of having a leader with the time in the, I'm going to be nice about this, right? The time in the industry that Gary Keller has had. He's seen a whole lot of ups and downs in the industry. He's thought of as a visionary in the industry. So it's not his first rodeo. And we're all fortunate that we have that great mind to learn from and to educate us, and to have that trickle down to all of our OPs and, you know, regional directors, regional owners, team leaders, market center tech trainers, all that stuff.
Yeah, we'll send a copy of the video to KWRI.
Yeah, am I under my points? Maybe with GK. All right. Well, I'm excited about that episode because I think there was a lot of good stuff in there. So if you need more help with your landing pages or anything that we talked about here with the different ways to do it, please reach out to your market center tech trainer. If you don't know who that is, you have a regional tech trainer. And if you don't know who that is, you can reach out to us on the YouTube channel, or if you're Facebook friends with us, whatever, reach out to Peter or myself, and we will get you connected to the right person. So thanks for being here, and go out. Oh, make sure that you find Peter on Facebook and go to his class tomorrow. That's going to be awesome.
It's going to be fun. Yep.
Yeah. All right. And we will see you next week. Bye, everybody.